everyone, how's it going? Welcome to our first recording of Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! Yay! Yeah. So my name is Jason, and joining me is
Jonathon,
Alicia,
Jacob,
and
and I'm Theo.
And our special guest,
Jonathan.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah, special guest.
Two Johns in the group.
They're sitting next to each other.
So we're still figuring out a group name for our Dungeons and Dragons, but currently, if you go to Facebook, our page name is Heroes of Light. There you can find all of our previous adventures that's happened so far. Because right now we're jumping in the middle, and we're starting at chapter 3.3. So before we get into catching up on what's been going on, we're going to introduce our characters and give a little brief description about it. So my character's name is Horgarn of Breeze, the half-orc ranger, son of a merchant and son of a orc ranger as well. Currently just been roaming the wilds and just honing the trade of being a ranger.
This is John again. My character is Kalsifer. He is a human blood hunter that basically started this journey to redeem himself and has been battling a lot of extra things along the sides of his newly found friends.
Nice.
my name is Allis Brightwood, the character's name. I'm a half-elf wizard, and my father is a mercenary, and my mother is just found out she's the queen of an elvish kingdom.
My character's name is Hesken, and he was formerly a gladiator for the city of Aiden Aurora, and earned his freedom, and now he's traveled with his party and found out that he is also the born king of the dragonborn city.
Nice. And we also have a guest character with us. Theo, can you tell us about the dwarf?
Yeah, so we have a guest character who he's currently not here, but the character's name is Pilar. And essentially he is a dwarf that fought in what you will find out as the Great War that took place, in which he was a part of. He's a very elderly dwarf. He's got a very gnarled leg in which he hobbles. And very simply, he's here on this journey to help guide our heroes to essentially find a legendary item of old on their quest.
Nice, thank you. So, as I said before, we are jumping into the middle of our campaign. We are chapter 3.3. I'm going to turn the time over to Theo to catch everyone else up on what's happening so far.
All right, guys. So, the last time that we left off, you guys had just got done finishing up in the Elven Kingdom. Alish, after doing much genealogy search, ended up finding out that she was indeed related to royalty by receiving a scroll from an elderly elf named Aeolus, in which the scroll did indeed show Alish's name on there. The party, after doing a bit of shopping, was met by Pilar, in which he had essentially told the party that at the city of Carn is where one of the clues would be towards this item. Also, on top of that, the party has learned that a lot of things have happened in the city of Carn, in which recently there was a, we'll air quotes here, power play within the trade prince companies. So our heroes, after getting their shopping done, go back to Hesken's new city, in which he is king over, Lanateth. And they procure mounts for themselves, dinosaurs basically, in which Kalsifer is a bit nervous to ride a raptor, so he decides he is going to chill in the coach, the carriage that is provided to them. As the heroes make their way, it's about a 4-day journey. They, on the first night, come across what looks like an encampment. Very simply, they find a journal written by Ronaldo, and it just kind of simply says that there are eyes in the woods. Traveling on the second night, nothing really happens, but again they find another indent, another place where it looks like an encampment has been made. And they see another scribbled writing in which, again, it's by Ronaldo, in which he says there are eyes everywhere in the woods. On the third night journey, our heroes find a tipped-over cart and carriage. And as they stop to investigate the cart, they hear howling in the background. As they hear the howling in the background, Kalsifer and Pilar and pretty much the rest of the party readies their weapons as Pilar throws his frost axe, and he manages to hit one of these creatures in the woods. The axe returns. It's a magical axe that ends up returning to Pilar. And they hear all of a sudden twigs breaking, leaves rustling in the night. And out pops, running for his life, a scared dwarf, Ronaldo. Ronaldo very simply yells for them to run and that they're coming. And he runs and hops in the carriage. Our heroes do eventually come across what appears to be werewolf men, or weremen, basically, in which they are surrounded on all sides. After a very brief conversation, the party looks to Ronaldo and tells Ronaldo to give back the stone that he took. In which, after reluctantly doing so, the leader, named Ronan, very simply and graciously thanks the party, and they fade away into the night. The party decides, instead of sleeping in the forest, they are going to go ahead and ride on the rest of the day's journey, spending another day without sleep to get to the city of Carn. And that is, in the city of Carn, they can see slavery, as things have changed drastically from what Horgarn remembers. It's been about 5 months roughly since Horgarn was last there, having joined up with the Alliance, an organization in which the races were band together. Horgarn meets with his father, who is now king, and after a brief and a bit of a struggle in convincing him to head down to go to the church with him, they do. And very simply, after the other party members were able to get a priest in blessing a river in the back with holy water, Hesken and Pilar both tackled the king into the river. The crown that was on the king, which was said to have been a cursed item, dissolves. However, screaming in pain is Horgarn's father as the flesh sheds from him, steam rising off of him, revealing a devil with a whip and looks like a sword with electricity coming from off of it. And that's where we last left off. So without further ado, we will go ahead and we will pick right back up with that encounter. So I'm going to go ahead and place some dice. Go ahead and place your characters on the board.
Where's the river at?
I will draw that out right now.
Well, another thing, there's a lot of inside jokes, so when one of those come around, we'll do our best to explain that to everyone.
Oh, man.
So this is the broken down church right here. And the river comes in the back, kind of like this, where there's it looks to be kind of like a semi-waterfall here. And the river kind of very simply just goes straight down all the way out this way into eventually an ocean.
So how deep is the river?
It would be about...
I thought it was like ankle.
Yeah, so it would be about, for a human, it would be about waist size. For someone tall, Like you,
My knees.
it would be like your,
Dragonborn?
it would be like your knees, maybe your thighs.
Okay.
You guys basically tackled Horgarn's father.
So, I stood back up. So
Correct.
I'm definitely not laying down in the river.
Correct. You are up.
And I believe I was on the banks still.
Yep. Horgarn's father is right there as he is coming out of or stands up out of the river, steam coming from out of him.
Big dude.
Pilar.
Yeah, he's big.
Where do you want Pilar?
We're gonna put Pilar in the river on the other side. He was holding on to him.
And okay.
And where are you guys? Kalsifer and Horgarn.
I was next to the trees.
Just back there.
Wait, so where you came from there or there?
Yep, you guys came from going this way.
Yeah. I guess
The
we would
tree.
be right here.
So there's a
This
tree.
Kalsifer.
No, it's the metal
Oh,
one right
that's
there.
Yep. So there's a tree right here,
Okay.
roughly near Kalsifer. He's kind of leaning up against it. The two guards that were with the king did run away. Keep that in mind.
that's right.
They ran away out of fear because they had never seen something like this before.
And I failed to persuade them.
You did fail to persuade them. It was close though. And by close, I mean not really. Okay,
Nice.
so we're going to go ahead now and we're going to roll for initiative.
All right.
Roll for initiative.
And if you don't mind, Alish will have you keep accounts of
Yes.
the order.
You add your. So I would add.
It'll be the initiative modifier. Okay, so you'll add +2 to that.
Math, plus 2.
Oh my gosh. I got 2.
18.
Ooh.
The sight of my dad
14.
turning into a demon caused me to...
It
It took me aback.
Okay, so hold on to the numbers that you have, and we'll go in order, and we'll start with Horgarn, and we'll make our way down.
Horgarn has 2.
Horgarn has
What
a
about
2?
your initiative bonus?
Oh, sorry. So,
Probably plus
5.
Okay. Nice. +3 initiative?
I think so.
Good, plus 3.
Nice. So, Alish, we'll go to you.
16.
Okay. Kalsifer,
I have 14 plus a 2.
so 16.
Plus 3, sorry.
Oh, 3. Okay.
So 17.
That was your plus 3 initiative.
Yeah,
They're
so, seven,
good. They're good.
so it's a total of 17.
And Hesken.
I have a plus 2 to mine, so I have an 18. I'm not as cool.
And what about Far?
Pilar. Thank you. I need to roll for Pilar.
We're not going to be able to do a ranch in the car.
We're gonna go ahead and roll for Pilar right now. Pilar got a 10. And
plus 2.
No initiative.
yep, yeah, +2 for Pilar. So no, total 10. I'm sorry.
Total 10.
Yeah,
Just
total
kidding.
10. And then the demon the devil rolled a natural 1, so he'll be going last.
Nice.
As the holy water is burning his, it's searing his skin and hurting him, so he's a bit in pain and distracted from all of that.
Nice.
So we'll go ahead and starting with the highest order.
So that's Hesken,
Okay.
and then Kalsifer,
Okay.
then Alish, and then Plar, and then Horgarn, and then the
And
devil.
then the devil.
Just to remind everyone that since we're recording, when you're using the ability or skills, make sure you explain what it does.
Fair enough.
All right, so what I'm going to do right off the bat is pull out my sword.
And just so you guys know, we do a lot of custom homebrewed items.
Yes.
So in case you've never heard some of these items.
My sword is what I received from the god
Kazar.
Kazar.
Kazar Nova.
Kazar, god. Kazar. So my sword is just a handle and a hilt and a crossguard, and when I pull it out, it turns into whatever element of pretty much dragonborn descent I can pull out. So if I want it to be fire, it could be fire. If I want it to be acid or poison, it could be poison. So being a devil, I would be less resistant to
He
frost. Cold, maybe.
Maybe you can turn into a white dragon and do healing.
No,
I don't
no.
know. Hit somebody with a healing sword.
No, well, I'll make it a frost sword because I think he's definitely attuned to fire. So I'm not gonna do fire. So I'm gonna make it cold damage. So a frost blade comes out of the crossguard of my sword. I make an attack.
All right, go ahead and attack.
Was it a 1?
What'd you roll?
It's +6, so 6. 10.
10 is not.
Does that hit the devil?
10 is not going to hit him as you go swinging wildly after holy water gets into your eyes and it catches you off guard and you miss. You miss this giant devil.
Terrible.
All right.
As my bonus action,
At least you didn't throw your sword this time.
I get out of the river. Yeah. I step out of the
Absolutely.
river.
And holy water is just dripping off of your plate mail.
Hey guys, don't forget when I tested the holy water on me, it burned me and then healed. So it might heal you guys if you stay in it.
You never know.
Or that might be the devil.
That could be true as well.
That's trying to keep his vessel alive.
But I think that he's not going to be the one healing me, just because the faster I die, the faster he gets what he wants.
That's true.
Actually, that's a good thing you brought up. Kalsifer, can you talk about that devil thing?
With what? With
You're
what?
going
My
on-
power?
Yeah.
So basically, since I'm a blood hunter, I can make contracts with certain things, and I decided to go the hexblade route. So I made a contract with a demon, and this demon, as long as I am touching anything holy, I'll take damage because he's my pact buddy, and I get to talk with him, and he can talk to me in my head, so I look like I'm crazy whenever I'm whispering to myself, which is fantastic, but it does help out a lot, and we get random free information sometimes, so it's pretty good.
And other times it's just a miss.
So if you hear a dark voice that sounds like it's talking to somebody, that's the devil. That's the other devil.
Sometimes I'll ignore it, yeah, so.
So I guess this devil is like a cousin of that devil?
No. This devil is not something that is going to be... I mean, is this a devil or is this a demon that we're
The
fighting?
devil.
It's
It's a devil, so then it is the enemy of me right now, so...
Okay. All right, let's continue on then.
Alrighty.
Kalsifer.
I'm next?
You're next.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try to just... what can I do real fast? So, we know that... Is he floating above the water?
He's indeed still in the water.
Still in the water.
He is about roughly about, I'd say, close to thigh high.
Okay.
He's trying to make his way out.
Well, not a problem. He has a little bit of fire on him. He's got a whip, so he's definitely got range. What was his other weapon in his hand?
He has a whip, and it looks like a sword. And it
looks like a sword.
Yep, it looks like a sword, and you can see bouts of, looks like some type of lightning maybe, or some type of electricity. He summoned it as he
Okay, well, I'll step forward.
got up out of the water.
I'll step forward to about right here,
Okay.
and I will Eldritch Blast him.
Ooh.
Eldritch Blast!
Ooh,
Eldritch
good.
Blast!
Yeah, go for it. That's gonna hurt.
8 plus 5.
8 plus 5.
So 13.
13. Ooh.
Did it hit? Every time I freaking use this ability, I
Hold
always
on.
miss.
Let me double check here. I just want to make sure. I think that might hit.
Really?
Maybe. I'm gonna double check right now.
Piece of trash.
Call the devil a piece of trash.
No, I'm talking about the ability. I've used it 5 times and I've missed every single time.
Dun, 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 dun. It does not hit.
Dang it, man!
What'd you roll? You said 14?
13.
13. No. It's close. You guys are getting very close.
Okay.
At least you know a 14 will miss too.
All right. Who is next, Alicia?
That is me.
Okay.
I'm going to use magic missile at 2nd level.
Go for it. So you'll get the extra. You'll get an extra
Yeah,
D4.
four darts
Yep.
instead. And
Nope, it's an automatic hit for magic missiles.
Okay. So 4 to 12.
12 damage, yeah. So you
plus 1.
Yep, add 1 to each of those.
So
it'll be
4.
1 for each plus 1 to each missile.
So 16.
So 16. Yeah, you hit him with these missiles and it just hits him on his shoulders, and he goes. And as he kind of lets out a bit of a growl, some of the flames from within his kind of clear chested area, you can see the flames kind of light up, bellow up.
So he just gets angry.
He's definitely angry.
That's all I did.
He's definitely angry. You definitely poked an angry bear.
Nice knowing you.
Last night with the troll girl and died.
Who is next on the list?
That would be Plar.
Pilar, he is going to move out of the water. And he is... Yes.
Is he still burning in the holy water?
He is getting hurt. So at the beginning of his turn, he'll take some damage. He'll take some damage from it.
How much damage did he get while going into the water?
He didn't get any at the time because he was still in human form.
Gotcha.
And then his human form was shedding off.
Okay.
So Pilar, he's going to move out of the water, and he is going to go ahead and swing with his axe. If I can find the d20, the multiple d20. That is going to be a 15 to hit. It hits. As Pilar swings.
What dice do you need?
No, it's good. It's good. I got it. That's going to be 10 damage as he swings his axe and it smashes right into these, roughly the, kind of towards the side area. You can see that when the axe hits this devil, some of the skin begins to frost over.
Because it's his frost axe.
Correct. Nice. It's his frost axe.
Call that.
You should have just thrown it and put out the fire.
So some of the side of the demon hurts, and he winces in pain because he took a good chunk of damage. And that's going to be Pilar's turn. For Pilar.
And then Horgarn.
Alrighty, so I am going to get some distance away from Hesken, and also line up a shot with my Havoc weapon.
Havoc.
Havoc stands for the heavy, awesome, very OP crossbow, because it can shoot 3 arrows at a time and switch between 4 ammo cartridges. So I'm going to shoot the devil with poison arrows, burst mode. So 3 arrows.
Ooh, nice. Go ahead and roll. You'll roll for each individual arrow since you're shooting 3 of them at a time.
Okay. So that one's 13.
Does not hit.
That one is dirty 20.
That hits.
And that one is 16.
Hits. So 2 out of the 3 hit. The first one you kind of, you're still a little shook up and you kind of whiff the first shot, but you regain your focus and you just kind of manage to pull the crossbow down in time to hit him.
Alrighty. So now I just gotta roll damage for the arrows plus the poison if it applies.
Yes, you can roll for the poison. It is this one is not immune to poison.
Ooh.
So he'll make
he'll
make a concentration or he'll make a saving throw.
So let's see which one. This one's the 10. Okay. So alright. Also, I cast my Hunter's mark on it. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I'll allow you to retcon that or let you get away with it this one.
So the Hunter's mark is.
Yep. It's on
okay.
it. It's on it.
All right. So for Hunter's mark is basically I can mark an enemy, and then it does an additional 1d6 damage with a weapon or any weapon, and basically in addition, if we're fighting multiple enemies, that mark, if that enemy dies, the mark transfers to a different enemy.
Nice.
All right. So this one's going to be the first arrow. That's a 10 plus.
Wow.
Hold on a second.
10 plus what?
10 plus 3, so that's 13.
That's 13 damage, and that's poison on it.
And then a 9.
And
plus 3.
so 12.
I think some nerf scouts are coming.
And then the 1d6 for the hunter's mark.
Yep.
So that's
And that's per arrow too, because it's individual attacks, right? Or is it just for one attack in general?
It says whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Okay, so you'll apply the d6 twice.
So that's a 3. Who's keeping track of this?
You did 13, and then you did 12.
Yep,
And
so-
then you're doing. There's a 3 on
3.
that die right there, and another 3.
So 6.
13, 12, so that's 25 plus
6.
6, so 20.
31.
31, wow.
And then I still got thrown the poison.
Yeah, so he needs to roll for a saving throw.
It's a saving throw. It's a DC 13
So
Constitution.
he got a 19 on the dice. So he got a 19 on the dice.
So that's for one arrow.
Yep. 18 on the other dice.
Though. Oh.
So he does manage to ignore the poison.
I wish I could ignore poison.
Right.
It manages
me too.
manages to shake
Yeah,
it
I
off.
healed you. You were fine.
Is that going to be all for your?
Is it they take poison damage and then they make a save, or it's save first?
No, it's going to be because you do the damage to him, and then he needs to roll to see if he is poisoned.
Oh, okay.
If he
Gotcha.
fails it, then he becomes poisoned, and then at the beginning of his turn,
He takes the poison.
he'll take the poison
Okay, that
at
makes
the
sense.
beginning of each turn.
Gotcha. And that's the end of my turn.
And
Then it is the devil.
okay, so let me pull up my phone here because I have the stats. He definitely is really mad. So he is going to move up out of the water. So go ahead and, if you don't mind, move me right over here.
Right here.
Yep. Get ready. And he is going to, so he is going to go ahead and take his longsword out, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to slash at the dwarf. He will go ahead and roll for that. And as he goes and he swings, he misses. Just whiffs his swing and just smashes into the ground as he aims for Pilar. He is going to then lift up his whip, and he is going to toss his whip towards Hesken.
No.
Did he take burn damage from that water yet?
Can I?
Yeah, he takes 1 point.
1 point.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't seem like holy water's having that much effect on him.
Apparently it's not that holy.
So he's going to take his
It's
whip,
stream, so
and
it's constantly moving.
he is going to go ahead and make an attack on you, Hesken, with his whip. Does a 14 to hit. Does not. So he, in a fit of rage, after missing Pilar, he throws his whip to try to grab you by the ankles, and he misses that. And that is going to be his turn, as he lets out a bit of an angry roar.
So I approach, walk up to him, and I take another slash at my frost. Hit.
That hits.
Bang.
That definitely hits.
All right. So
You didn't miss this time.
I did not.
No, this time he got him.
And you're using your frost sword, right?
I totally am. So that is 8.
So your blade changes after not having any type of weapon. Your elemental blade comes out and turns into a frost.
Yes.
Okay. So the blade does appear for those of you that are wondering.
17. Or
So damage?
17
Yeah. So you
plus frost damage. Frost damage.
You do some good damage to him. He definitely gets it. He feels the pain. Go ahead and was that with the frost damage?
Yes.
Feel the pain.
Okay. So you can see that apart. Where you Pilar had hit him. You hit him in roughly in the same area, and the frost begins to expand a little bit more. Any bonus action?
I'm gonna just do. Oh, I already used it. All right.
Oh no! Psych.
I just get into defensive position.
Okay. And you, after hitting him, you kind of pull your weapon back, ready to defend yourself.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Oh, and I say, I hope that's not too chilly for you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Taunting had effect.
He definitely looks at you and he just kind of growls a bit.
Coming for you.
Kalsifer,
Good.
it is your turn, my friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm
Oh, no, you're good.
trying to use that ability that you told me to take a picture of, and I completely forgot where it's at. So.
You talking about the avatar form?
Yes.
So essentially what it is, it's rage. You can, if you don't have it, you can look it up, either just Google rage for D&D 5e. But essentially what it does is you get a plus to hit, +1 to hit, I believe. If you don't mind looking it up, it's under barbarian.
Oh, I found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind, he found it.
So I have advantage to strength checks.
Yep.
And strength.
And you
saving
can
throws.
cast spells. For this one we
Yes.
removed the disadvantage
Uh-huh.
of no. So as you,
I don't remember how long it lasts. So
it lasts basically. For,
I think you said last time it lasts normally the duration of a battle.
pretty much. So it'll last for several hours, or at
Okay.
least.
Well, I activated it. I turned into my little knighted self.
So go ahead and describe what your character looks like.
Yeah, so basically, whenever I take on this quote-unquote rage form, my entire body gets encased in armor. I get, basically think of like a Power Ranger. I turn into an OP knighted Power Ranger. But it looks like the guy I made a pact with. So the demon general that I made a pact with, his name is Erebos.
Devil General.
Devil,
but
sorry,
close enough.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
okay. It happens.
No,
We get the two mixed
He's
up.
always insulted when I get that wrong. But basically, when I turn into this form, I get encased in armor, and I look very similar to how he looks.
All right, perfect. You can see that as he looks over to you, and his eyes kind of get a bit of that shocked look, and then he kind of steadies himself as you turn into this form.
I'm coming to add you to Erebos' army.
You can try, fool.
I will not try. I will succeed, and I will. I don't know. Is this a building? or something?
It's a rubble building. It's
So
where
you
the
can-
church was.
So he can
Okay.
get through it.
So he.
Talking around the corner.
So-
I will add you to my thing.
So he does see you. It is nothing but rubble.
Okay.
You can walk on it.
But-
Normally it would be a half movement speed because it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
But I believe with rage you ignore that.
Woohoo! Okay.
I can be wrong, but
Hey, well,
we'll
you can be
we'll
wrong
just,
until I get through it.
yeah. For now,
Sorry.
we'll just say you ignore it.
Okay, then I will get right on next to him, and yeah,
Yep.
I will attack him with my.
Go ahead.
With
Go
my
ahead and
sword.
make that attack.
Yeah, I don't remember the stats for it, so.
It's just you're
You said it's
you're just
like a
yeah.
greatsword?
So it'll tell you on there when you're enraged. You add, I believe I think it's a
It's
plus
an
one.
advantage,
Okay.
so that's all it says in here. It doesn't say plus anything.
Okay, so then you would roll the dice twice and take the higher number
Okay.
if it gives you the.
Well, I just don't remember the hit. I know it for my double-sided scimitar, but I don't know it for
Okay.
the world ender or whatever it's called,
Okay. Totally fine.
which is what I'm using to attack him.
Correct. You are using the world ender.
Yes. Okay, I'm rolling. That was a 9. And I'm rolling again for the advantage. That's a 13 plus 5 for its hit.
Yep. So you'll hit him.
Okay.
15 is his armor
18
class
right now,
Yep,
so that's a
you
hit.
him.
And then what am I rolling to?
It'll be your regular weapon damage, whatever that is. For those of you that are not currently attacking, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Oh, it's a plus 6 for hit. But it's
To hit, that's
either
fine.
way.
It'll
But
still
it's
hit.
2d4 plus 4.
So go ahead and add the 2d4 plus
So I
19.
have a 9.
19, 9,
Hesken
and,
has a 19 perception.
and Alish.
Wait, what's that?
Go ahead and roll your
She has
damage,
a low
Kalsifer.
perception.
11.
So
11.
3,
Not bad.
3, so 6 plus
6.
4.
Okay, so 6 plus 4, 10. You do 10 damage to him, and you strike into him. and he feels the pain. He kind of. I will not serve that fool. And he.
Do I have a bonus action? Am I able to push or shove?
No, because that would be considered an action. But
Okay.
usually, if you check on your D&D Beyond page, it'll have a section for bonus action. It should tell you whether or not you have a bonus action.
It's just like opportunity of attack and
Okay,
interact with an object.
So no, not right now.
Okay, that's fine.
For those of you that rolled a 10 or above, you briefly look off as kind of the dust in the waters begins to settle. You see what appears to be a figure.
Kazar!
Dressed in a very slim figure, has a kind of bamboo style hat. Has essentially.
Is this a wandering Batosai or something?
It's pretty much. Essentially has what looks like samurai attire on.
Oh, goodness.
Covering the left side is covering the arm and the hand, but in in his hand he has his sword drawn, and it looks like he's walking towards the battle. You briefly, as you try to look at the face, you see that there is a mask blocking the face. What type of animal or what type of mask did you want it to look like?
It is a white tiger's mask.
Okay, so it looks like it is a white tiger
On-new
mask.
Black Ops, huh?
We don't do that.
It's my favorite animal.
We don't do that in Heroes of Garbage. And it looks like they are walking. You will go after the... Who is after Kalsifer? Is that
That is me.
Pilar? Okay, Alish. Go for
Okay,
it.
so I am going to cast Acid Arrow.
Okay.
What do I add to my roll to see if it hits?
It'll be your spell attack DC, or your spell attack. So
So 10.
Okay, so what is that? 15?
That's 10 total.
Oh, 10. No, it does not. So you shoot this acid arrow, and it just whiffs right past him, almost hits Hesken as it hits into the wall. And Hesken, you see this acid-looking arrow just nails right into the wall, and part of this crumbled down wall begins to just melt part of the rubble. I mean, it's already broken down for the most part, but you see this.
I just destroyed the temple more.
Is there anything else you can do?
I dab him in the side.
Okay. I believe it is Pilar's turn.
Yes, it is.
So Pilar, he is going to go ahead and attack again. He is going to hit. Oh man, Pilar's damage is rolling really low. He rolls for a total of 5 damage as... excuse me, actually I need to add the frost damage to that, so let me get another d8 rolling. Okay, so 5, that's better. 12 damage total, so he once again nails into him. This time he nails him a little bit more kind of in the chest where the kind of rib cages are at, where you can see the flames.
He just cut his ribcage in half.
It looks like he chipped away at a bit of his ribcage there as he screams in pain. He's not dead. He's still alive.
How much damage have we done to him so far?
You should have been careful.
I mean, you guys. I mean, he has this is like a boss battle, so he has quite a bit of HP. But you guys have done, I think, roughly close to 50 damage.
Okay.
Roughly. So he's looking really hurt.
Almost bloody.
Yeah.
They don't
More than
know.
That's
So
That's
would
fine.
that be?
Yeah, you can use that damage. You can use that.
That's a 4E term. Almost dead.
Okay, so that is going to be Pilar's turn. Pilar.
Horgarn.
Yep.
Next.
But my character doesn't know it's this new
He does
challenger.
not.
This new challenger
He
has
doesn't.
arrived.
New challenger.
Round 1.
Okay, so if I move my character over one space, will that will that be clear? Of...
Correct. It would be a clear shot.
Okay.
So Hesken would not be blocking.
Okay.
big
You're a big butt,
6 foot
Hesken.
dragonborn. Okay, so I'm going to shoot him again with my poison arrows.
Go for it.
Okay. In burst mode and stuff.
Yep, go for it again. So keep account. You've already shot 3 before. You have a total of 10 in 1 cartridge.
Yep, that's true.
So you're shooting another 3, so that'll be 6 you've used.
Yep. So first... so it was 1 plus 7, which is 8. So that doesn't
To hit, no. Yeah, in fact, you fire, and you're pretty used to it, but for whatever reason, the kickback catches you off guard. Hesken, roll damage.
That's what you get for shooting behind me.
Well, I said
it was a clear shot. However,
Yeah,
the kickback jerked it to the right as you fired, and the arrow went off course.
When you roll a natural 1.
So you'll roll a save DC to see if you.
It would have been hilarious if you hit.
No, it'll be a 13, I believe, to beat poison.
13.
Okay. So
wait, I thought... So he gets hit anyways.
he is, yeah. So you'll roll.
I'll just roll the
you'll
damage.
roll the damage, but he does not get poisoned.
So that would be... Let me
You
check.
shoot him in the butt.
I believe... I think it's a 6. Let me double check.
Oh, my cheek.
I was an adventurer
I'll
like
massage
you
your cheek
until I
afterwards.
took an arrow to the butt cheek.
Now I can't sit down. I have to sleep standing up now.
Yeah, so that'd be 6.
So you take 6 damage as you get shot in your left butt cheek.
I was drinking water.
Okay, so
Horgarn!
I'll massage your butt cheek later. Where's Gwen when you need her? Gwen, the awesome female medic.
Somewhere. What?
Alright, so I gotta roll 2 more
So you get
times.
to roll 2 more times.
Hopefully...
And you're like, oh my, sorry there, Hesken, and you kind of regather yourself.
So that is a 12.
Does not hit.
Okay.
That misses. And this arrow, it misses you, but it pings off the back of the wall, Hesken, and you can hear it as it pings off the wall right next to your ear.
Mm. And the last one is an 18.
That hits.
Finally.
So after the first 2, Horgarn recovers himself finally.
Yeah. Alrighty, so rolling for damage. And that will be a 5. And then 1d6 for Hunter's Mark. That will be a 6.
Nice.
So 11 total.
Yep, 11 total.
Nice.
And then since it's a poison arrow,
Now,
got thrown.
I just remind me, the Hunter Mark, does that go for you only or for all players?
I think it's just me.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, let me...
So double check for me, but you do some good damage to him, though, with that last one. And you definitely... Oh, that's right, the DC save throw. Thank you, Kalsifer. Ooh. Okay,
Did he survive the poison?
you'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun.
He does.
Yeah, it's just me.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
It's been a while since I've played a ranger. So as you hit him, he kind of...
You've been groaning and moaning this whole time. You need a lozenge.
He doesn't respond as he starts to look a bit sick.
Don't worry, we'll have a lot of lozenges for you when you join Erebos' army.
Oh.
Is that a good name?
He does not have a goat's head now.
So it...
It is poisoned.
Alright,
It does get hurt.
receiver takes 3d6 poison damage.
On his turn.
On the next
On
one?
his turn.
Ah, dang it.
It would be the 1 because you only hit him once, right?
No, it does say 3d6.
Oh, it says 3d6, so he would take 3d6 because of the weapon.
Right.
So right now or next
No,
Best
beginning of
poison
his
damage.
turn.
Okay. Beginning of his
Yeah,
turn.
because it's the properties of the weapon mixed with the poison, so it's gonna hurt.
Double.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just double checking. It says receiver takes 3d6 poison damage and they must succeed on a DC.
Okay,
13 Constitution.
we'll work on that.
Okay,
I think it's 1d6 per arrow in terms of the poison.
I just took it from a poison potion and then just
okay.
applied it to.
No,
poison
that's
arrow.
fine then. If you took it from that, I'll allow that. So he'll take the 3d6 at the beginning of his turn.
Okay.
That's fine. So the devil, he looks a bit sick, really in pain.
Get wrecked, noob.
He is going to make an attempt to swipe at Kalsifer.
Okay. What do you roll?
Hold on, I'll let you know. It's gonna probably hit you. 18 to hit.
I'll use my eyes.
Okay, and that's imposing disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, still 18.
What?
He rolled a 10 on that one.
And he has an 8 hit?
10 plus 10 to hit.
Plus 10 hit. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
His
Gross.
his
My
weapon.
freaking armor class is 17.
his weapon does give off a bit of an electrical shock.
Okay.
But his lowest roll on the dice was an 8 plus 10, so 18.
Okay.
So that's gonna hit you.
Got an 8 2 times in a row.
You got a 10
No, he got a
second
10 the second time.
So it would have been a dirty 20.
Oh.
So he would have been a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Well, close
So-
either way.
Hey, that should be our group name. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
There you go. Hey!
Wow, we just found it.
He suggested it.
That was the first suggestion.
Really? I didn't.
Yes.
He did.
I don't remember.
guys don't read
That was the very first
I'm glad
one
that
I
was
remember.
my idea.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our new group name, Dirty 20.
Our scandalous podcast.
And we're like, is this really about to... Why is it called Dirty 20?
Wow.
You have to see our midnight show.
Wow. Okay, this is gonna really hurt.
Okay.
Just so you know. He does 20 points of damage.
How did he do 20 points of damage with one hit?
As the one hit, it's gonna do 3d8.
3d8s? What the heck?
Yep. And he does 3d8, and he rolled. And I nerfed it a bit, so instead of adding a plus 8 to the hit, to the damage, I only added 3.
Whoa.
You're
felt
saying you
bad
would
for
have killed me just
It
now.
probably would have knocked you out.
Okay.
I mean, this is a bit of a tougher boss. I just gave him a lot more
Hey,
HP,
you know,
but I lowered his
Bring it
damage a
on.
lot.
Everybody else is
Dang.
taking some massive damage.
3d8
That's
Yeah,
what
so
happened.
on
he does a
damage.
total. He does a
Oh
total
my
of 20
God.
damage as he swipes down with his sword, and you feel the electricity
I only have 7 HP left.
cackling through your. I'm making this challenging for you guys.
Heals.
I'm making this
okay.
challenging.
All right.
And then he's going to do secondary attack, and he's going to use his whip.
Whoa. I forgot all about the whip.
10, 15. Yep, you're within range as he
Blood curse of the eyeless again.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
His second attack.
And he's going to try to. He's going to try. We'll see if it. Wow, that might actually miss just in general. 13 to hit.
AC 15.
Okay, so he's going to miss even if I roll again. But, yeah, 13 on the dice, so he would have had 23 on the second hit. So,
you.
so as the whip flings over towards you, it's shy, as the poison takes hold of him and it cackles. The whip just kind of sears right in front of you. Mysterious Mr. X.
Mr. X. X gonna give it to ya.
Go ahead and
Sorry, I didn't kick you.
move on. You see as
We're pretty small. We're not gonna get any copyright strikes for that.
you can see walking the dust, kind of in this dramatic motion. The dust just kind of.
Oh.
Mysterious.
Someone ask him if he's a friend or foe.
As
Rose petals fly.
rose petals fly by.
No rose
You hear
petals stay in sight.
What?
Yep. As, there's a little boy in the background. No. But you see this mysterious figure walking up.
Hurry up and kill him, Kaiser.
He flips off the cloth over his arm, showing what looks to be some sort of mechanical arm. He flings his arm forward, and some sort of rope launches out
A rope launches out of his arm?
as a harpoon.
What is this, scorpion?
Well, it's not a harpoon. It's a grapple hook. But,
It's a grapple hook, but it's like a harpoon.
But it's
launching.
basically kind of like a harpoon almost.
It lands right past the guy, wherever he is.
Yeah, big guy right there.
Big guy. And then he curls as he's moving forward.
And you and you can see that the rope is just launching him towards.
Pulling him towards
pulling him
area
away.
he shot at.
Yep, pulling him towards the devil.
And as he's about to pass him, he swings his arm across the guy.
Yep, go ahead and roll your attack for that.
A 1. Okay.
Is this based off the new game Sekiro?
It is, actually.
Yeah!
It is.
Nice.
Reference.
Well, that and I've used before. I used basically in my first campaign that I ever hosted. I essentially used a grapple hook
19.
from Legend of Zelda. That hits.
Yes.
But instead of it being stone, it would grapple onto anything, and it would pull the target to them.
Anything similar to anything in real life or in video game matters is purely coincidence.
So this one I was inspired, but instead of a wooden bamboo arm in Sekiro, I decided to go with a metal mechanical arm that would do different stuff, also similar.
Can you transmute it into a weapon?
You never know.
9
9?
damage.
Edward.
How do you want to slay this thing?
Whoa!
He gets
No, I
You
need
get
it
to
for the
kill
army!
Oh, man.
He was low, by the way. He was at 1 HP left.
Dang it.
Dang
If one of my arrows my other arrow.
If it didn't hit me, it would have been perfect.
His blade swings forward as if nothing happened. He makes it to where the hook was, detaches it, retracts it back into his arm, covers his arm back up, flicks the debris off his blade before sliding it back in, and as it clicks, the demon's body falls apart.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
And you can see that the flames that were once in this thing clearly just fizzles out, and the body begins to slowly...
What is it, Charmander?
The body slowly begins to dissolve into dust as the wind begins to...
So you're saying that if Pilar had thrown his axe, the battle would have been done instantly.
It probably would have been.
Dang it, man! Can I
So-
poke his ashes to try to steal his soul or something?
No. Go ahead and try.
No, you'll make
No.
a shirt out of it.
Well, we're already going to make the Chillin' Tree shirt. So,
I'm okay with that. That was well deserved.
But yeah, no, the body of this devil begins to just disintegrate. And eventually the wind kind of picks up a bit, and a lot of people in the street just kind of ran on by eventually to their house. The city guards nowhere to be found.
Our heroes have defeated the devil, but what happened to Horgarn's father? Who is this new mysterious character that came to help? What will our heroes do next? Stick around for the next part of Dungeons & Dragons.